Today, we're going to take a journey through India, a land of just incredible contrasts. We're going to explore its breathtaking diversity and, uncover the powerful idea that somehow weaves it all together. So, let's dive in.
So let's start with a big question. What does it actually mean to be Indian? Well, the answer isn't some simple one-line definition. It's more like a mosaic, as vast and as colorful as the country itself.
So is it just one single identity? Or is it this vibrant, amazing collection of many unique cultures, all celebrating together as one? I think this picture really captures the heart of what we're talking about today, unity in diversity.
To really get a feel for this, let's take a little trip across the country. We'll meet some kids from different states and see their unique cultures firsthand.
Okay, our journey kicks off in the west, in the super vibrant coastal state of Gujarat. It's a region that's famous for its business savvy and, of course, its incredibly rich cultural heritage. Oh man, you can just feel the energy here. Gujarat is famous for its lively culture, from the high-energy Garba dance you see here to all the amazing artistic traditions that are just woven into the fabric of everyday life. And this is where we meet Ramu. He tells us he's from Gujarat, he speaks the local language Gujarati, and, no surprise here, he absolutely loves to dance the Garba. It's just a perfect little snapshot of local pride and identity. All right, now we're going to travel all the way from the west coast down to the southern tip of India, to the ancient land of Tamil Nadu.
And here, we get to meet Meenakshi. Her favorite time of year is Pongal, which is this beautiful, colorful harvest festival. It's all about giving thanks for the crops, honoring the cattle for all their hard work, and sharing delicious food made from the new rice. Okay, so from the lush green south, our journey now takes us way up north, into the dry and incredibly colorful desert state of Rajasthan.
And this is Gulabo. Now, her life is a whole world away from Meenakshi's. She loves wearing bright, colorful clothes, she travels by camel, and she has a special passion for puppet shows.
And these traditional puppet shows, which are called Kathpuli, are a huge part of Rajasthan's cultural heritage. I mean, for centuries, puppeteers have used this ancient art to pass down these epic stories of heroes and kings from one generation to the next. It's amazing. So, we've only visited 3 states, right? And the cultural diversity is already just astounding. Now let's quickly weave in a few more threads from this incredible tapestry of traditions.
Let's head east to Bengal, where we meet Badal. His world is filled with art and creativity. He's inspired by a region that's famous for its literature and its really unique folk music. And the cultural mosaic just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Over in Odisha, you've got sisters decorating their homes with these beautiful designs made from rice paste. And then in Maharashtra, kids like Vibha get to explore the magnificent rock-cut temples of Ajanta and Ellora, which are literally thousands of years old. Every single state really does have its own story. Which brings us to a really important question. With all of these different languages and festivals and traditions, what powerful idea could possibly unite everybody? Well, the answer lies in a very, very simple object.
This is a charkha, or a spinning wheel. Now, this was an object that was very dear to Mahatma Gandhi, who's revered as the father of the nation. He famously used it to spin cotton thread himself.
But, it was so much more than just a tool. Gandhiji turned the charkha into a powerful national symbol. It stood for self-reliance, this idea that Indians could make their own cloth and build their own future. It became this quiet, humble, but incredibly powerful symbol of independence. And this is the key. The thread that was spun on this simple wheel became a powerful metaphor. It represents the single thread of national identity that connects every single person, binding them all together, no matter how different they are.
So, let's pull all of this together. We've seen a nation of incredible variety, but it's one that's woven together by a shared idea. It's one nation with many, many beautiful voices. I mean, just think about the languages we've heard from the kids on our short little trip. Gujarati, Tamil, Bengali, Marathi, Manipuri, Odia, Malayalam. And believe me, that is just a tiny, tiny fraction of the hundreds of languages spoken across the country. It's a true symphony.
And at the end of the day, all those different languages, all those unique traditions and vibrant festivals, they're not separate pieces. They are all essential parts of a single, unified, and really dynamic whole.
And that, right there, that is the heart of India's identity.
It's not about forcing everyone to be the same. It's about celebrating and respecting all the differences while still sharing a common bond. It's the profound and beautiful idea of unity in diversity.
Is such a powerful lesson, and it really resonates far beyond India's borders. It leaves us with a final question to think about. In a world that so often focuses on our differences, what are the threads that connect all of us?